straight-laced brother from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
So then I tried to be straight-laced, and then she didn't like.
For a young person, she's very straight-laced. For a young person, she's very straight-laced and old-fashioned in her ideas and behavior. For a young person, she's very straight-laced and old-fashioned in her ideas and behavior.
Titter, titter, blush, blush, blush.
Titter. Nothing? No? Not even a titter. It's long and hard and full of semen. Nothing? No? Not even a titter.
What are you tittering at?
Centurion, why do they titter?
You can titter and jitter.
I don't need your charity titters.
There was an occasional titter at the comedian's jokes. Do you think the comedian was pleased at how his jokes were received?
No, he was probably not pleased. A titter is rather a weak laugh, and more from embarrassment than amusement.
It's either an ulcer or gastritis.
All right, get to the point.
Which causes acute gastritis.
Oh,
Gastritis. Gastritis.
Gastritis. Gastritis.
The students tittered when the teacher tripped over the wastepaper basket. The students tittered when the teacher tripped over the wastepaper basket.
The students tittered when the teacher tripped over the wastepaper basket. The students tittered when the teacher tripped over the wastepaper basket.
But it won't, because this isn't a silent movie, Harry.
Okay, what's with the looks? It's like a silent movie in here.
The greatest silent movie star of the 20s.
Silent movie from your childhood?
Let's make a silent movie.
Yeah.
Some of these old silents are just as good as the movies they make nowadays.
That sword's too unwieldy, man.
Doorknobs are too high. Chairs are unwieldy.
Significant enough to impact an organization as large and unwieldy as a hospital.
The Ministry of Information has become too large and unwieldy. The Ministry of Information has become too large and unwieldy.
Not to mention bulky and
It's a tad bit unwieldy.
Others in more unwieldy costumes.
Ridiculous in theory and unwieldy in execution.
unwieldy, right? Which is why I think we should come up with another solution.
Load, you unwieldy behemoth.
This was an unwieldy arrangement, so...
And we'll get our first glimpse of the average Joe squad sporting some unwieldy units.
Jet black.
But through your jet black hair.
Built on a mutual affection for jet black hate.
He took a bullet and had jet black hair at 8.
Thou give me a lock of thy jet black tresses.
Yeah, it's a,
I like that sexy, wet, jet black high shine.
And the soles of your feet are jet black.
No, I only want the Maserati if it comes in that jet black.
What color are you going to paint? Shocking pink.
And my girlfriend Daphne chose shocking pink.
full name. I'm seeing big pores and mousy. I'm seeing big pores and mousy roots.
Carolyn, mouse brown hair gives you a headache?
No, I mean like cutting that mousy.
Oh, the mousy one with the trench coat and the funny hat.
Good episode, wasn't it?
I thought so too.
Definitely important and well done and well played. I think she's brilliant.
It's great.
So, Tony, how does a mousy girl...
Oh, before I met you, I was a mousy wallflower.
You're like the patron saint of mousy wallflowers.
She has mousy brown color hair. She has mousy brown color hair.
We talked about clay, and we talked about primary colors. Our secondary colors are made up from the primary colors. So we learned about our primary colors. Okay, there are a lot of primary colors.
Center of attention, and this primary color proves it.
Okay.
And it's a primary color.
Here's a red letter date in the history of science.
I guess this hasn't been exactly a red letter day for any of us. Now suppose...
Mrs. Drysdale, this is indeed a red letter day.
Oh, what a red letter day this is for you.
Having a red letter day.
Today is a red letter day.
Yes, this is a red letter day.
Damn, this is it. A red letter day for irony lovers
I'd call that a red letter day for any canine unit. But was that enough for old Hank here?
Oh yeah, another big red letter day for the Baileys.
We're gonna get there. It's gonna take some finesse.
The black sheep of the family.
Was notoriously the black sheep of the Winstead clan. Julian is the black sheep of the Tiernan family.
He's the black sheep of the family.
But every family has a black sheep.
Ironic considering Fester's the black sheep.
So the black sheep returns.
But Abel was a black sheep. Everybody thinks I'm the black sheep.
Well, every family has one black sheep.
I was the black sheep.
Stubborn as always, black sheep.
He's a bit of a black sheep.
Oh, from one former black sheep to another.
Wendell Ndugu, former black sheep of the family.
The devils and black sheep really bad eggs.
I was never convinced by the image of the whiter than white princess depicted in the press.
I was never convinced by the image of the whiter than white princess depicted in the press. I was never convinced by the image of the whiter than white princess depicted in the press.
We see the white-knuckled panic of failure.
White-knuckle terror.
Training is gonna be a white-knuckle ride through hell!
Caught because her knuckles were gargantuan.
The plane made a white-knuckle approach to the fogged-in airport. The plane made a white-knuckle approach to the fogged-in airport.
All around the world, theme parks compete to build the scariest white-knuckle roller coaster rides of all.
All around the world, theme parks compete to build the scariest white-knuckle roller coaster rides of all. All around the world, theme parks compete to build the scariest white-knuckle roller coaster rides of all.
White knuckle.
White knuckle.
White knuckle.
White knuckle. White knuckle.
Yeah, it's white knuckle time.
Sidles up to me. I love that word. Sidle.
You sidle? You stomp around like a Clydesdale.
Hey, how's it going? Let me saddle up next year.
Nope. I'm just gonna sidle up to the mayor.
Tim sidled up the girl sitting at the bar and asked if he could buy her a drink. Tim sidled up the girl sitting at the bar and asked if he could buy her a drink.
She sidled past him, pretending that she had not seen him. She sidled past him, pretending that she had not seen him.
We see him there outside.
I'm not sidling up to Billy J.
Well, you're sidled up next to some cha-cha queen or
Sidle. Sidle.
Sidle.
Sidle.
Sam sidled up to the boss's desk and coughed to attract his attention. Sam sidled up to the boss's desk and coughed to attract his attention.
Sam sidled up to the boss's desk and coughed to attract his attention. Sam sidled up to the boss's desk and coughed to attract his attention.
Where the teeter-totter used to be.
She totters with a scream.
She tottered unsteadily down the stairs in her high-heeled shoes. She tottered unsteadily down the stairs in her high-heeled shoes.
She tottered unsteadily down the stairs in her high-heeled shoes.
The industry has tottered from crisis to crisis now for 2 years. The industry has tottered from crisis to crisis now for 2 years.
She tottered down the stairs. She tottered down the stairs. She tottered down the stairs.
Why waste your 20s doing that when you could be tottering around London in your high heels, getting shit-faced?
Go on, scamper away, little doggy.
Bear scampered back into the woods.
Don't scamper.
I was not, Mother.
Where's the other one?
Scampered like a big bumpy bunny.
Okay, scamper on back to the woods, little buddy.
It crawled. It scurried. You know, it scampered.
Which way do you scamper off to?
Why don't you just scamper along now? Go along.
Bring her astern. Understand, little chef?
Scamper back to your parents, little mouse.
Before we scamper up into some trees.
I think I'll nip home first, yes.
I just quickly nipped to my cabin.
Just gonna nip to the loo. Cool. Just nip down there and get it.
Nope, still wedged in.
Just gonna nip to there. Okay. I mean, I could just nip back to Crabtree and Evelyn and buy a bar of lavender soap just to be safe.
Shall we nip into the carvery for a bite to eat? Shall we nip into the carvery for a bite to eat?
Shall we nip into the carvery for a bite to eat? Shall we nip into the carvery for a bite to eat?
Can you nip out to the shop for me? Can you nip out to the shop for me? Can you nip out to the shop for me?
Can you nip out to the shop for me? Can you nip out to the shop for me?
I nipped into a nearby shop to buy a bottle of water. I nipped into a nearby shop to buy a bottle of water.
Set nip a problem in the bud.
Maybe I'll just nip straight to tomorrow lunchtime.
Can you nip at our heels?
Starts nipping at your heels.
Oh, but who's that nipping at your heels?
Until we came nipping at your heels.
With someone like her nipping at your heels.
There are younger riders that are nipping at my heels.
Nipped into the Dwayne Reed, got some more, didn't I?
Damn catfish nipping at my heels, all the way endangered my ass.
Why don't you kids just nip off to the beach while I unpack?
To nip at their heels and to make them reaffirm the principles on which
And the Metropolis Star has been this dirty little puppy nipping at our heels.